Hey everybody, welcome back to Guys Night Lab. I'm Jesus Velasquez.
I'm Jordan Zacharias.
And once again, I hope you guys have enjoyed Flicks or Treats this season for Halloween. This is our last episode for the month. I know. It's been really fun.
It's always such a letdown at the end of Halloween.
Yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed our Flick or Treats episode. But yeah, this is it. You know, we've done as many episodes as we can this month. And we
2020, dog. 2020.
You know what? 2020 has been very crappy or interesting or whatever you want, but this has actually been a highlight of this year.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, like, we've done the Guys Night Lab, which used to be called Four Way Stop, and we used to do it audio without video, and we always did it kind of like we do a couple videos and then just like post them, and then we kind of lost interest and then we didn't. So it's just like, I love that we actually stayed with it in the podcast and release like a lot of videos, a lot of content this month, because it's just something that
it's fun to do. We love doing it.
Yeah, and we always talked about it, and we'd get really like high on it, and then like once we did it once, we're like, whatever. So so like I said, I love that we've been doing this. But before in our outro right here, one of the things we want to talk about is like what stood out to you. Well, first, what movie or show stood out for you for Halloween?
Yeah, so we were talking about this. So I would say for me overall, Night of the Creeps, that movie with Tom Atkins, 1980. What year?
I'm gonna say 87, but
I was gonna say 87.
I'll look it up.
I bet you're right.
Yeah,
I trust you with years. You're good with that. But anyway, that one I watched it again with fresh eyes this month, or it was really early this month, and I hadn't watched it for a while. 86. Thank you. I hadn't watched it for a while, and I forgot how much I love, number one, I love Tom Atkins from The Fog, from Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, everything he's in. This is no exception. He's great in it. He's hilarious. He's extremely funny. The characters in it are great. The violence and the gore is like, it's there, but it's not too much. I like that it's not one of those super over-the-top, gross horror movies. It's a very self-aware, tongue-in-cheek, fun horror movie, but it still has that great 80s vibe where it is cartoonish. The violence is, whatever, but the special effects are great. The creature effects are great. And that one is just a really fun movie. So if you haven't seen Night of the Creeps, which I always confuse it with Night of the Comets, which I saw that movie for the very first time this year from start to finish as well. Not as impressed with that one. That's okay, but they could have done so much more with that one. But Night of the Creeps is a classic. So if you haven't seen that one, I cannot encourage you enough to give it a fair chance, because that one is a really fun horror movie. Great schlocky 80s vibe. And so that one for me kind of stood out this year going, man, I really love that movie. What about you? What was yours?
So for me, it was really hard because I'm thinking that, this Halloween season, you could think of like movies that came out this year. Unfortunately, the movie theaters shut down.
What movies came out this year?
Yeah, I know. There wasn't a lot of movies that came out this year. So we were specifically talking about movies that, for the Halloween season.
Right.
And one thing, it wasn't a movie per se. Well, not even per se, but it's not a movie. It's a TV show. But something that stuck out to me this Halloween season for us that I really love was, and it's part of one of our podcasts, is the Friday the 13th TV show.
Yeah.
I mean, that show is so cheesy, and some of the writing can get really bad at times, but it's just, I like it. You know what it is? You know this about me, and you guys will figure this about me. It's like I'm very nostalgic. Like things aren't very black and white to me. Like there has to be some sort of emotional connection and attachment to make me like something. And the Friday the 13th, the TV show series, I think I like it because there are entertaining episodes, and we do like the characters. But part of it is that we just hang out, it's like, and we usually start the show. So if you don't know this about our podcast, it's called Guys Night Lab. So, it means that we're guys night, we're hanging out, it's guys night. So when we're podcasting, we're usually podcasting anywhere between 9 to 10 o'clock at night. And that goes until like maybe midnight. And then after that, then we usually hang out and watch a movie.
Then we chill afterwards. Yeah.
And so usually we're watching like a Friday the 13th, a TV show around anywhere between like 11:30 to midnight. And then we're up until like 1, maybe 2 in the morning sometimes, maybe later. But what I love about it is that I'm laying on your couch and I'm just chilling with popcorn, relaxing, and it's my time. Like that's like, I didn't get the movies and the movie theaters, like the Regal Cinemas, and when movie theaters came out, that was my time. The kids are asleep, everyone's asleep. I go to the movies and I get my popcorn and I watch a movie on the big screen because that's just my time. I didn't get that this year because of the COVID and everything. So going over, podcasting, and then laying on your couch, having popcorn, laughing.
You got to quit saying laying on my couch. It just sounds creepy.
You're laying on another couch. Let me clarify. Jordan's on a different couch.
So I'm there just laying on your couch.
So I'm laying on your couch. You could be my therapist.
It's late at night. The lights are dim.
All of this is true, and there's nothing wrong with this. So
yeah, it's literally dim light with just
you're right.
candles.
It is dim light. It's laying on your couch late at night. I guess when you put it that way, it is a little weird, but it's not.
Bad, yeah.
It's nice because I'm just chilling. You know what it reminded me. I was watching the episode and it was like half falling asleep. I'm like, I'm so content. I'm so comfortable right now. But anyways,
I get it. You feel at home. It's
feel
a
at
compliment. Yeah. But you're getting that time of your time that you missed out not having at the theaters and everything.
And I think that emotional connection is what I loved this Halloween season because it was connected with all of that. But then it was like, that's what we did after we podcast. And we podcast had to do with Halloween. So the two and two go together. So the show in itself, like I said, is great. It's cheesy. Some of the writing is horrible.
Oh yeah.
Some of the writing is great.
Some of the episodes are
but
all the episodes are fun.
Yeah, they're fun. I love the characters. I love me some Roby.
Yep.
So this Halloween season, Friday the 13th, the series, it's not great. It's not for everybody, but for me, it really did it this year. But yeah, like looking back at this year and how it like not affected, but how Halloween has just been impacted, I guess you could say. It's weird because I'm not even like right now I would know what I would be. So it's the week before Halloween. So we have a few like 5-6 days before Halloween. And by this time I would already have my whole family's costume figured out. We would have everything laid out, whether we made the costume or everything. But it's like even now I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because it's like trick or treating, like I guess we're going trick or treating, or is this allowed or is this allowed? And some of us are kind of like, I don't care anymore. But at the same time, whether it's allowed or not, there's certain things that I did every year with my kids where it was like we went to like a harvest festival.
Yeah, it's hard because you have traditions.
Yeah, so like every Halloween season, like whether it's the end of September or October, we would go to harvest festivals or little carnivals or little pumpkin fests or whatever. And I didn't get to take my kids to that this year. Like we couldn't play like little ragtag games and get tickets for candy. Like today, I took them to a drive-through like pumpkin patch harvesting, and they were excited because I'm like, oh, I guess they might have little games you could play through the car or something. No, it was just like they're like, do you want popcorn or nachos or soda? And I'm like, sure. And it literally was just like a drive-through, like a food order. I'm like, oh, that's it. There's no like.
Oh, good. Yeah, I hate interaction with people.
Yeah,
that's what we don't need right now.
So it was for me. It was just like, well, there was nothing. Literally was like a food drive-through. It was like, well, why didn't they just go to a drive-through?
Yeah,
so
it's hard, dude.
There was no experience that they made it like, oh, because my kids were like, oh, do they have a bounce house? I'm like, no, not this year, sorry guys. And so, like I said, I get it in a sense of like the whole safety thing, but at the same time it's like, we're not trying to get political or anything.
No,
it's
at the
hard. Same thing, it's just it's hard because it's like, okay, like when is when,
right.
And so that's what this whole Halloween for us, and I think that's why I think we invested a ton into this podcast this month and this year, was because we wanted to make Halloween. Yeah. When it seems like everything else is not.
Oh yeah, we're like, no, it's still happening.
Yeah, it's still happening. Yeah. Exactly. So, that's how I feel. How do you feel?
Yeah, no, that's a good summary. I think this has been a lot of fun, specifically podcasting and watching movies and doing commentaries with you for the podcast, but also just doing it online with our buddies Dave and Scott, and like
I forgot about that. Yeah,
watching movies, streaming movies online has been really fun. Doing theater mode on Xbox or whatever. But yeah, I think it's been a hard year for everybody, but I like that. I totally agree with you. This, doing the podcast and being able to talk about horror topics and themes and hearing scary stories, real ones or fake ones, or watching movies, doing whatever. That's what keeps the Halloween spirit alive in my heart. And isn't that what's really important? No, but it's true though. It's like you sometimes you got to make the best of it with what you're dealing with. And so I'm trying to do Halloween activities with my kids, and I'm trying to be like, hey, we're still going to have fun. We're still going to celebrate. Yeah. And yeah, it's been a hard year for everybody, but it's, you got to keep going.
Yeah, that's right. And the thing is, like, we could only complain so much before it's like, whether it's like do something or just, okay, well, this is what we can do or we can't do, whatever. So trick-or-treating, didn't say we can't do it. Encourage maybe not to do it, but hey, we're all adults. We can all make our own decisions, and if we decide,
leave it up to people. Yeah.
That's right. So, but anyways, before we get into our own soapboxes here,
Yeah, enough of that. Yeah,
we don't want to. Yeah,
no politics.
this isn't about that. We're just trying to be having fun and talk about what we love here. But with our Halloween wrapping up, it's well, even whether it was a COVID year or not, like Halloween is one of our favorite months of the year.
Oh yeah.
Um, and we usually invest the more, design. Like so,
Yeah.
once Halloween's over, we will be doing some podcasts for Thanksgiving and Christmas, but it's probably not even going to be as like design, like our little backdrop
I'm
as
already working on it. I'm checking out some Christmas stuff for us right now,
cool.
but
But like Thanksgiving, we'll have to figure something about that.
yeah, we'll just put a big fat
Um,
turkey on the table.
But like I said, this is our Christmas. We love it. It's our time. Well,
Yeah,
Christmas is
yeah,
our Christmas. We
yeah.
love that. But you know what it is? It's because we get to spend a lot of time. We always clear our schedules. Where it's like throughout the year, if we're like, oh well, do you want to hang out or do you want a podcast? Oh man, I'm just really busy or this and that. Halloween.
That doesn't happen in October.
Yeah, we make sure that
Yeah.
this is part of our work. This is part of our job. We're making it happen because it's fun and we need to stay together. But like I said, we will be back for Thanksgiving. I want to thank all of you guys that have jumped on the Guys Night Lab Instagram and YouTube and Facebook, if that's still a thing. Just kidding. But
Yeah, thanks for listening.
yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for commenting. Like I said, it's been fun, and I'm appreciating the new viewerships and new comments and stuff like that. But yeah, do you have anything else to add?
I was just gonna say if there's ever any topics that you guys have ideas of that you would like to hear us talk about too, whether it's seasonal or not, like not just talking about the holidays, but leave comments for us. Like if we talk about something like a movie or video games and you say, hey, I don't know much about that, I want to know more about it, or you say, hey, I would like to hear you guys talk more about
Yeah.
A, B, or C. Let us know in the comments too, because we just do this on our own, obviously for fun.
Uh-huh.
But we would like to talk about if there are topics that you guys want to hear about too. So let us know.
Absolutely. Yeah, perfect. So like I know right now it's very seasonal with Halloween and then Thanksgiving and Christmas. So you could put comments on like, hey, can you talk about this for Thanksgiving or this for Christmas or whatever. But once the new year rolls around, leave comments on like Jordan just said, oh, hey, can you make this a topic? Or can you talk about this movie? Or you can talk about this? Guys Night
Christmas is coming up. Talk about Jingle All the Way.
Hey, I want to. So, but we'll get to that later. Four-way stop or Guys Night Lab, what used to be Four-way stop, it was just strictly horror Halloween, but we want to expand our horizons to just general movies and movie reviews and stuff like that. But anyways, once again, thank you for being part of our Flickr treats for Guys Night Lab here. It's been fun. And we hope that you guys have enjoyed it. So,
and make the best of this Halloween season, even though it stinks this year and it's been hard for everybody. Make the best of it for your kids too.
Absolutely. So be safe. Happy Halloween, and hopefully you go trick or treating or do whatever you want and dress up and have fun. All right, guys, take care.
And here's to next year.
Yes, exactly. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.